Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the winners of 8 straight, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. A quick pass on the left. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And the pass was broken up, incomplete, and there's a flag on the field. This could be offensive holding. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. No fair catches here, looking for room. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. The running back has it. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell, they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Quarterback will keep it. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there. And the Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Motion from the back. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes a catch at the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a really, really nice groove right now.
Now on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. From the gun, wants to pass. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the one on 4th down. Pushes ahead. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run. And you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. There he goes! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
A lot of yardage in front of them. 1st and 10 from their own 19. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
And the Yellow Jackets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long, but players like that are getting after him.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Setting up the screen. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. It'll be a 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water inside.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. A little sluggish out of the gate here. They've had to punt it away on each of their first 2 possessions. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Back to pass. Got his man downfield. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Georgia Tech. It's the conference finale today. Win this one. Extra football ahead has taken a ton of hard work to get here, David, and they certainly can't afford to let down.
Yeah, and you people, Reese, that looking ahead, always pointing to the future, like they need to win today. Like their goals are still in front of them, but today is a big day in the conference to continue to keep winning.
And that's the thing I think their coach kept reminding his team of all week long. At the very start of the year in our first team meeting, we put our goals up on the board. The number one goal was to win the conference, and they have a chance to guarantee themselves a spot in that game with a win today.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. He's got him. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down. Looking to fire. Working that left side now. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on third and long. Motion from the wideout. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Buys a little time. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Georgia somehow, some way found an edge between the hedges and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Devin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Bryant. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Slings it downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and plays breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away, and the defense took advantage with the interception.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Stockton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
And the Noles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. The Seminoles have it with a 1st and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Gives it on the option. Touchdown Seminoles! Excellent pass by the back on the option. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. At the 35, he's loose. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Pressure coming. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen, but the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you can really get dangerous in this ball game.
The give on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the offense is trying to go counter, but the defense blows it up. And they do it by getting penetration up the middle, setting up the tackle for loss.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. The throw. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Hunt is on its way. Wants to return it. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going, too.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. On the ground, it's Kendricks. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Caught over the middle. It's Stockton. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Looking to throw on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Noles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Give to the running back. Inside the 40. Jumped on top of the pile. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Touchdown, Noles! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Offense, quick tempo. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds his tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Complete to the left. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Red pass, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On the run, it's Kendricks. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick release by the QB. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Well, needless to say, they needed that touchdown. They're down by a lot of points here in this game. And finally, something goes right for them offensively. They put the drive together. They score here at the end of the 1st half now. In the 2nd half, they need a lot more of this, and they're going to have to go tempo. They're going to have to stay aggressive, but maybe this gives them the confidence they need to stage a comeback. We'll see.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. 1st snap of the drive from the 25. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will boot it away to start the 2nd half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the 1st half, and they might need even more production here in the 2nd.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we...
Fires one high and deep. He caught it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal. Trying to surge it in, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Arizona State was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Sun Devils team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Just another week in the Big 12 where anything can happen on any given Saturday. As we send things back to you guys.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Seminoles come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. On the move. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The Seminoles decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
And the Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll leave it with him. Just willed his way for a couple out to 35.
Another tough run for this offense. And I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off. But you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. And the Yellow Jackets are on the move. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Offense gets set for second down. Wants to go up top. Floats it out in space. Great reaction by this defense, immediately on the catch, swarming to the ball.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on third down at the dope. Fires left, and they can't make the play on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4 points.
Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
Gives it on the option. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Noles line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Oh, he wants it all. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Kendricks. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
I love running the angle route, whether it's on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down. It's a really good route. It's a safe route. Just takes a little bit of timing over the middle of the field. But, hey, again, getting it to a playmaker in space, always winning.
Here's the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football. And they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Quarterback on the keeper. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Pulls it in. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Yellow Jackets have their offense in high gear. Looking for space, it's Kendricks. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Scrambling away. Throwing on the run. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the Dome. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
I'm the offensive coordinator. I'm thinking about shifting this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
The kick is on its way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to pass on 2nd down. They're working that left side. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
The Seminoles send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Running back searching for a hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. He's got an open man. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
We're talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight. They thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound. The war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Finds us back in the middle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. They want to run this quarterback just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And these are the plays. Exactly what you're going to get up front. The offensive line does a great job blocking. Just create a little bit of a hole. Pound through that hole. That running back, they can't tiptoe, they can't dance. Run north-south and get that first down. Nice job.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Quick completion on the out route. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they grab the advantage, taking the
was an impressive run by this squad, man. Getting down big and everything looking bleak, but to be able to believe in themselves, to play one play at a time, dig their way back. Palmer, they've come all the way back against a good team, and now they got the lead.
It's really been impressive, David. I think that was the question coming into this game. People wanted to know, are they for real, or are they just a bunch of front runners? They got down early, but they never quit. Their playmakers have stepped up. They've done what is necessary, and they've executed at a high level, and all of a sudden, down multiple touchdowns, here they are making a statement with the lead.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. On target to the left. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Catch in the middle. It's Stockton. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
221 wing, 221 wing. Break 9, B. Iron.
On the option. He'll toss it. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're facing a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Stockton. He smashes his way through again. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
On third down, he drops to throw. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And ball incomplete. Now, fourth down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Florida State! And with that, they move out front. The fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, September 28th, 1929, the first time USC and UCLA squared off on the gridiron. Here's how this year's edition finished up. USC answered the bell away from the Coliseum today with an impressive victory. The Trojans knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He'll pull it down and run. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Motion from the wide receiver. Hand off from the shotgun. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
And the Yellow Jackets can really attack on this 2nd and short. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Yellow Jackets are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the hot hand. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this running back has struggled to find anywhere to go, and I think one reason why is this linebacker and his speed. He did a great job there identifying where the ball was going to go. He didn't let anybody block him, made his way to the running back and got him on the ground. Nice job.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Bryant. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And it's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They want that clock to run. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Noles will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Play of the drive, wants to throw. Snagged out of the air.
Man, this is really good complimentary football so far. Like, you're down in the 4th quarter. Your defense has to get a stop. They get it, and I love the first play. We continue the momentum. Nice.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Picked off. What a play to set him up. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee.